Have you ever wondered how Snapchat filters work? 3 words: facial landmark recognition. Referred to also as face masking, this is a computer vision method that will exactly identify and map the geometry of your face, which can then be represented by dots and segments across all of your features. Doing this means that you know exactly where your eyes are in relation to your eyebrows, or where your nose is in relation to your lips. Using very similar geometry mapping principles, pose estimation expands on this by identifying the location of every key part of your body. Using very similar geometry mapping principles, pose estimation expands on this by identifying the location of every key part of your body. So hey gang, Tim here at Core Electronics, and I'm demonstrating both these computer vision methods with a Raspberry Pi single board computer. Here on the table is everything you need to start. You're going to need the most powerful Raspberry Pi you can get your hands on. Here I'm using the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B. As this is a computer vision project, you're also going to need a camera. In my case, I'm using the high quality module with a 6mm wide lens attached. Simply, I'm going to set up this Raspberry Pi as a desktop computer with a camera attached. There's a link in the description if you need a hand doing this. Keep in mind, you're also going to want a micro SD card that has been flashed with Raspberry Pi Buster OS, that has been connected to the internet, that has a number of packages such as OpenCV and MediaPipe installed, and has the camera enabled in the configuration. Check the written guide, link in the description as well, for the step-by-step process on doing each of these. And just like that, the Raspberry Pi is all set up. So I've created 2 fully annotated Python scripts, so let's start with the face mask one. As a note, you can find and download these scripts by jumping to the bottom of the written article page. With the file downloaded, just unzip the contents onto your Raspberry Pi desktop or wherever you deem appropriate. All you need to do now is right-click on the facemesh.py and open with Thonny IDE or any other Python interpreter that you would like. Then with it open, run the script by pressing the big green Run button. As soon as you do it, it's going to open up a live preview window of what the camera is seeing and initiate face masking. These points that you can see on my face now, which are often referred to as landmarks, all have coordinate data associated with them. The MediaPipe face masking system I'm using here has 468 landmarks at around 10 FPS on the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B. It's quite incredible how accurately it knows where your face features are, even when you turn or hide your head from the camera. Landmark recognition exactly like this is occurring in the background whenever you run a Snapchat face filter on your phone. And with some directed coding, you too can create your own custom filters. For some inspiration, check out the results achieved by the MediaPipe team. Allow me to quickly jump into the script to show you what's going on behind the curtains. We start by importing all the important functionality to the script. We also create 2 variables up here that make drawing the dots and framework possible. After this, we set up the style of the lines drawn. The next line, we decide some of the settings for our face mesh script, like the max number of faces and the passable confidence factor for detection. Next, we bump into this depth section. This is used later on in the program and is really taking each frame captured by the camera, identifying the face, and drawing onto it the mesh framework. After this, we are just deciding the font for the FPS tally, then choosing our camera module as the video capturing device. Here is an if statement, so just in case our camera module isn't connected correctly, it will spit out an unable to read camera feed warning to the user via the shell. Then we're setting up the pixel dimensions of our preview window. 640 by 480 is a good size for this Raspberry Pi. You can use a higher value for more resolution, but this will result in a smaller FPS. Then we have a while loop, which will run indefinitely. We create a simple variable s so we can calculate an FPS tally later on in the code, and that gets overlaid onto the preview window. Next, we bump into another if statement, just taking care of what to do if no video feed is coming in, and then we call back to that def statement. That def section is performing the heavy lifting of adding the face mesh info to each frame. This next section is calculating the FPS, which then gets added to our preview window. Then there's one last if statement, which adds the ability to stop the program by pressing the escape key. The last line releases CV2 software resources from being used and is really just there to stop errors upon repeated use of the script. So with that explored, the next script to open and run in the same way is pose.py. With it running and the preview open, our Raspberry Pi is now attempting successfully to accurately identify human bodies. Then, when a human body is identified like so, it's going to place all these dots all over the important joints and face of the identified human. Do a little twirl. Very clever. As it stands, this script is constantly outputting to the shell a number between 0 and 1 that represents visibility. If only part of your body is seen, then that visibility number will start getting smaller. Jumping into the script, you're going to see a lot of similarities with the first one. It starts by importing functionality, much like before. Then we create a variable called cap that uses the data from the attached camera module. It then sets up details on how we want our media pipe pose and draw methods to operate. And then we create that endless loop that processes each frame, identifies the person inside it, and then draws the framework over the top and then sends that frame out to the preview window. Here, it prints out that visibility number and general results to the shell. Just before the end, an if statement occurs, so whenever you press Q, it's going to stop the script. Now say we wanted to know live the XY coordinates of the center of my face. Let's jump back into the computer and alter the script by uncommenting just some of the lines here so that they run when we play this script. Having done this, whenever the Raspberry Pi identifies a human body and can see the nose of the person, it's going to spit out the XY coordinates of that. Now, we are not only limited by just the nose. We can also do any of those other points. If we take a look at the diagram from MediaPipe, we can see that you can easily alter the script to pull focus to any of these other points. For instance, if I wanted to focus only on my left index, I would replace this here with left underscore index. And I'd make sure to type it all in caps. Saving it now and running it as is. Running the script now, you can see it's telling me exactly where my finger is. This means, in a similar vein to the Raspberry Pi hand recognition and finger identification guide, linked down below, you're going to be able to identify when certain body parts are above or below others. This change can then be used as a counter to track certain movements, or perhaps certain body arrangements could be used to control software or hardware through the GPIO pins. And that's it for today. Hopefully this provides you with something new to sink your teeth into, and a couple new project ideas are running around in your head. If you want any extra information, pop me a message down below or on our Core Electronics forum. We are full-time makers and here to help. So until next time, stay cozy.